Alright, first critter of the day, a raccoon. Funnily enough, he's in the 1.5 coil spring that was on the pocket set that I caught the one in the other day, and there sits old dog proof all by its lonesome. So that's telling me something. I'll see if I can tell anything by the tracks, but you know, I don't know if they're just coming to that first, but I think that that pocket has more attractiveness than that dog proof does. We got old coyote. That's what I'm talking about. That's in the set that we had the coon in yesterday. That's a pretty old coyote. Looks like he's got a decent hide. He's caught really good in that number 2 bridger. So far, I've got my only complaint for the number 2 bridger is the a little bit long night latch. I'd like for that, you know, trim that down just a little bit, but otherwise, I mean, I hadn't caught a ton of stuff in them, but I've only got 6 out. But I've caught this set. I've caught a coon and a coyote, and had a coon down there, so they're producing and they're holding them. That's what matters. I set a couple of traps here yesterday evening, last minute, and to keep Chief occupied, he was wanting to make his own set, so I let him borrow my shovel after I got done using it. And then when I went to remake that coyote set, realized that we left it in the field. So there again, another reason why he needs his own set of equipment. But hopefully, I was hoping I might have something here. Had the farmer put out a couple of dead calves, which I think is mostly buzzards feeding on them. I don't see any tracks or anything, but I'm sure it looks good around here. See all that. There's got to be some foxes, coyotes, bobcats roaming around here, so we'll see if we pick up anything here. Not here, bud. So we're headed back to check our, remake the coyote set, and check the rest of our traps that we got out. I was just curious, are any of y'all superstitious about how you run your trap line? Because I tend to, I know it's ridiculous, but I feel like if I get into my routine and I run it a certain way, and that's how I'm catching things, and then I mix things up and run it the other way one day, I never have as good of luck. I know it's ridiculous, but it's in my head. It's always, I like, once I get my line set up, and especially once I start having success, I want to continue running it the same way. Anybody else like that?
Yeah.
You are?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Uh-huh. We got a coyote.
We got a coyote, didn't we? Maybe we'll have some more, huh? What you doing there, buddy?
I'm gonna make a mink in jail.
You gonna make a mink in jail?
Yeah.
All right, I like that plan.
It's hot. Daddy, you know, don't it die.
Don't step in it?
No.
Okay.
It's hot. Don't draw it down.
Yeah, maybe the mink.
Yeah. I don't tell you.
My only hope is that one day maybe he'll be able to carry me on the trap line like this.
Ow.
What?
Alright.
You got tired of walking around the pond, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, all my trash talking yesterday about this location. And the cubby over there, hammered old coon. And then I think that's probably a coon floating there too in that the little pocket set that I had set for really targeting otters. But that's 4 critters in the truck. We still got some traps to go, so we're doing all right today. That old Belial, this is a Belial 160 in a it's like an extra large newspaper box. A lot of people use, for coon cubbies, they'll use like a kitty litter bucket with a 220. But when I started using these cubbies in Arkansas, and there was a maximum trap size for conibears on land, so I went to the 160, but I specifically chose the Belials just because I love those traps. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're well worth it. I mean, you could see He's caught right behind the head. I mean, perfect graveyard catch right there. So we're gonna get this one reset. The catch streak continues. Got this old Fat Daddy grinner here. We just got a few more sets to check before we get back to our picking up our coyote and remaking that set. So we'll see what else we got. That's 5 critters so far. We putting a hurting on the bandits today. Another one bites the dust, and we got a few more sets down along the creek. I'll tell you what, I was looking at them. Looking at it back there at the creek, and man, those old dry coons, golly, a coon has got a really pretty fur. That's a pretty animal. You can't tell as much when they're wet. Man, those dry coons, that's pretty.